Welcome to Time to Buy or Sell by Weichert Realtors Sierra Pacific Group. Today we will be discussing the local community and local life in Auburn. Thank you so much for tuning in. Our mission today is to really explore what it actually feels like to live out there, using local guides and market reports to kind of map it out.
Yeah, and it's a completely different rhythm out there. I mean, you're trading that high-density suburban sprawl of the valley for, well, real historic gold rush character.
Right, and that incredible Sierra foothill scenery.
Exactly. And that geography really dictates the entire culture because you're perched right on the edge of the American River Canyon. The outdoor identity is just huge.
Oh, totally. Isn't that why Auburn hosts those massive events like the Western States Endurance Run?
It is, yeah. So it feels less like a traditional bedroom community and way more like a recreational county seat.
Right, or like an adventure base camp that just happens to have its own local government and utility grid.
That's a great way to put it. The outdoors is basically the primary amenity, but it's not just a tourist stop, you know?
Yeah. I was wondering about the day-to-day vibe.
Yeah, that independent, active spirit really fuels a vibrant local business scene. You've got these community hubs, places like Akita's Market, Cricket Lane Brewing, and the Saturday Farmers Market in Old Town. People actually know their neighbors.
Okay, but wait, let me push back on that for just a second.
Sure.
I hear independent spirit, but I mean, Sacramento's only what, like a 43-minute drive away?
Yeah, about that.
And there's literally a Capital Corridor train station right in downtown Auburn.
Yeah.
So let's be real. Isn't this really just a commuter town in hiking boots?
Well, you'd think so, right? Especially with that transit access drawing in hybrid workers from the Bay Area and SAC. But the data actually paints a totally different picture.
Oh, really? How so?
Because Auburn is a regional hub, it actually has a surprisingly robust local economy of its own. A huge portion of residents work locally in government, healthcare, utilities.
Got it. So you don't have to leave the canyon to build a solid career.
Exactly. It's very self-contained.
Which naturally brings us to families planting roots. Since the town is geographically contained, how does that shape the school system?
It creates a much more intimate, manageable scale. You're not getting swallowed up by those massive unified districts down in the valley.
Right, I'd imagine that makes a big difference.
It does. Families here are anchored by smaller districts like Auburn Union Elementary and Placer Union High. It really reinforces that tight-knit community feel.
Okay, so if you're buying into this lifestyle, where are you actually putting down roots? The neighborhood vibes must vary wildly.
They absolutely do. Like, if you want walkable charm and historic architecture, you target historic Old Town.
Walkable to the breweries and the farmers market.
Yeah, exactly. But if you need everyday convenience like groceries and easier interstate access, North Auburn is the practical choice. And if your goal is pure foothill seclusion,
Like big sprawling lands.
yeah, you look at the fringe areas, places like Christian Valley or Forest Hill for those big acre-plus lots.
That brings us to the real estate reality. The reports show the market is resilient. Homes are averaging, what, about 15 days on the market?
Right, so we are past that wild pandemic frenzy, but things are definitely moving because buyers are chasing that foothill space.
But there's a massive catch in the reports. I saw that 75% of the housing stock in Auburn is over 30 years old.
Which is huge. That is the single most critical factor for anyone buying or selling here today.
Why does that change things so much?
Because it fundamentally shifts negotiation power. Buyers aren't just looking at square footage anymore, they're bringing in specialized inspectors.
Wow.
Yeah, they're scrutinizing the age of the roof, they're looking at older drainage systems on sloped lots, and hunting for any deferred maintenance.
So a first coat of paint isn't going to hide a 25-year-old roof.
Definitely not. Sellers need to know that this often extends the closing timeline quite a bit.
And we absolutely have to talk about wildfire insurance.
Oh, right. It's no longer an afterthought. It is front and center. The vast majority of properties here face major wildfire exposure.
So how is that affecting buyers right now?
They have to factor the high cost and strict availability of that insurance directly into their monthly mortgage budgets.
And what about the actual property upkeep?
That's the other half of it. Concepts like tree clearance and defensible space aren't just landscaping choices anymore.
Meaning, if a property doesn't have defensible space, it might not get insured.
Right. And if it's not insured, the buyer's loan gets denied and the deal just falls through entirely.
Wow. So buying in Auburn isn't just about acquiring property. It's really about embracing land stewardship. You're actively preserving a slice of gold rush history.
That is exactly right.
Thanks for listening to Time to Buy or Sell. If you have questions about real estate in Auburn, we're here to help. Reach out to us at Weichert Realtors Sierra Pacific Group. That's Weichert Realtors online at wrspg.com or call 916-619-1971.